Yeah, and I just checked and I have no
Okay.
emails or.
Stu's online.
Stu's
Student
online?
on Zoom?
Okay,
Excellent.
online, okay.
Student is Zoom. All right. First item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt?
I would make a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Linda and Tiny. All in favor of the agenda? Unanimous?
Oh, yeah.
I assume that-
Pages.
Can you see?
Stu raised his hand.
Yes.
Thank you,
And
Stu.
Rob's not on yet, right? I'm sorry, Rob is not on yet.
But he
No,
can't
not
vote
yet.
anyway.
Okay. No, I know that. I just want to see who's with this. All right, we have any announcements tonight?
I do.
All right, Tanya?
Shocking. I've got a number of them.
I have my sheet of paper ready.
I can just give you this. How about that?
Okay, sounds like a plan, thank you.
The second Sudden Valley Candidate Forum is being held this Saturday, October 11th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Dance Barn. I really hope to see people come out and get to know their board candidates. There will even be some light refreshments that Michael has reassured me about, and that will help you enjoy even more listening to your potential board members and what they have to say. The next Saturday, October 18th, oh, and by the way, that candidate forum is from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in the Dance Barn. I think I skipped that. Yes?
Joe Adams has a post on Sun Valley Connection, and he's calling it a meet and greet.
He's mistaken.
Yeah.
That's not happening until,
Yeah, that's later
I have no way of
on,
contacting
Yeah,
him.
which is why I want to make sure people
I
understand.
think
it.
someone corrected him
Okay.
on there, yeah.
I'm not on that site, so I wouldn't, but thank you. The following Saturday, October 18th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Garden Club at the library will have their Daffy Days. They'll be giving away free daffodil bulbs, so you can come down and get a bag of daffodil bulbs, which you will be pleased to know is one of the few things the deer don't eat. And they're saying hot cider and possibly pumpkin donuts will be provided. Hot cider is for sure, the pumpkin donuts, those sound good, so I hope they're there.
What time was that? I'm
That
sorry.
is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
11 to 3.
Then, of course, Halloween's coming up, so Trunk or Treat is being held this year on Saturday, October 25th, and please note that it is exceptionally early this year. It is from 1 to 3, and that is because of a wedding that's being held in the Dance Barn, and they just really didn't want a whole bunch of goblins running through their wedding. So far, we have about 8 cars signed up. I don't know why they don't want them. I know. That's so rude. But we'd love to see as many cars signed up and decorated for that event. I talked to CTK, and last year they did the pumpkin carving. They're trying to get that coordinated, but there's a lot going on with them right now, so they're not sure. But look out for the announcements just in case they can do that. Otherwise, maybe they'll do it another day. I don't know, but some people might want to know if they're doing it. And at this point, it is a maybe. And then, last but not least, well, actually, I got one more that I'm going to throw in there. Saturday, November 22nd, we'll be holding our annual holiday market, and I just wanted to let people know, well, apart from the fact that it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., is we already have a full list, like all the tables are rented out, and there are also apparently 14 outdoor spaces as well, so it's going to be a great time to go and get some great shopping done and support your local artisans. And I wasn't going to make this announcement, but as I was driving here and I was talking to people, I talked to the Whatcom County Assessor's Office, and I'm not sure how many people are aware of, let me get the right, it's a property tax exemption for senior citizens and people with disabilities. And I'm not sure if people are aware that they can try to apply for this. So if you're a senior citizen or someone with disabilities and on a limited income, it's something that you should be looking into. I've talked to the assessor's office, and I'm hoping that they will come down and speak to our community and, you know, give us some give us some information, because it's always easier to have them in person and to ask questions. If not, I think we're gonna put something in the views and we'll try to give some information, but try to be aware of that, because I know a number of our people are on limited income, and if there's a way to reduce some of your expenses, that would be really great. And then we'll stop.
Thank you,
You said
Simon.
the candidate meet and greet on the 26th.
I'm not sure about the candidate meet and greet. I know that,
I think it's that
It
Sunday,
is-
3 to 6.
It's on a Sunday.
Sunday the 26th, 3 o'clock.
3 to 6, yeah.
okay, thanks.
And that's upstairs as well?
Yes.
The 26th, just say it again.
Yeah,
26th, thank you. In case
From when? I don't even know.
It starts at 3 p.m.
Oh,
Could
okay,
be
thank you.
here, but
Perfect. Any other announcements? All right, hearing none. Can move on to property owner comments. We have 15 minutes total, 3 minutes per person. Nobody here, okay. Welcome. We just state your name and your address and so.
Absolutely. Good evening. Anthony Singer, 8 Woodpecker Place. I worked with Daniel and Lori on the short-term rental task force. And as we move on into implementation of that, I just had a couple of comments I wanted to make to the board for the implementation process. So a couple of things. First of all, there's been discussion about making the registration for short-term rentals be on an annual basis. And I'll submit to you that that creates an unnecessary administrative burden for the community. Once the board has the information of those that are using their properties as short-term rentals, I don't see any reason to re-up that every year. It seems like it just creates administrative work for the community. Certainly, it's on the owners, if the information changes, to report that to the board and update that information as need be. So that's my first comment. I don't know that we benefit from an annual registration. If we want to catch people who maybe forgot to update information, maybe do it on every 5-year basis or something like that. But I don't think the annual basis is necessary.
Was that in your original task force recommendations to do it annually?
I believe it's kind of settled on annually is where we're at, but I would submit that that's not necessary.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't there an annual fee?
Well, next thing I was going to talk about is fees. Historically, we have not charged fees for the registration of long-term rentals. So I would submit that we do not need to start charging a fee for short-term rentals. Now, if the board thinks that a fee is necessary and we need to offset the costs of the administrative burden, then I think in order to make this as enforceable as possible, we need to charge the same fee for long-term rentals as we do for short-term rentals. We shouldn't have Class A owners, Class B owners. If you rent your property in Sudden Valley and there is a registration fee, it should be the same for everyone. Those are my thoughts, my comments for this time. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, sir, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any other owner comments tonight? Spencer, oh,
Nothing on mine so far.
you can talk.
Hey, we planned to come and give you guys another update at the last one, but we had our other community town hall on Deming, and unfortunately I got caught up, more questions afterwards, and wasn't able to make it before it was over. And hopefully my phone doesn't die here. So, quick one for you. Short-term, we had Sudden Valley Town Hall that we had here. We had about 8-9 people show up. I think I sent you all an email regarding the short-term rental portion of it, along with the update that I had received for that, regarding the county's implementation of the code and where we're at. That hasn't changed. We probably won't have anything change on that until we get the budget approval here late November, early December. Next, the other topics were the Sudden Valley roads, and potentially the county maintaining them, and why we don't. The Barn 6 building project, as well as the pump track came up, and whether or not the county would be permitting those, and then the community members that were in attendance had reasons or feelings that they, because of the current status of them and the current specs of those buildings or of the lots that were proposed, that maybe that those weren't permittable based on shoreline permits and some other guidelines. I don't know if that is quite accurate. I don't know that you all know that until you actually have plans and you go through your pre-permit process, which I think is really the first, well, it is the first step. And
Yep.
you'll get more information from permitting at that time. Other one was neighborhood sheriff's office. Someone had mentioned that a while back that there was a proposal or a thought about putting the local deputy and having their office in the fire station here. They weren't aware about enforcement and whether or not there was an officer that we had here. And so, quick update, like there is a neighborhood deputy assigned to Sudden Valley and Geneva. That's one of the flexible positions. So when our sheriff's officer positions are fully staffed and we have extra officers available, they get assigned to those positions. There's a handful of them around the county. But when we're short on officers, right now, I think we're 4 or 5 officers short. Some of those positions either get pulled or are only assigned part-time, but you typically see them for reference sitting at the fire station on Geneva. A lot of times towards the evenings or later at night when we have higher rates of speeding that take place. And then the last topic for that meeting was emergency evacuation routes. And looking at essentially if something were to happen here, a wildfire or whatnot, we really have 2 routes out. It's the same road. You go north or south, and you're looking at 7,000 plus people here, not counting the surrounding neighborhoods of Geneva. How do you get them out, especially rush hour traffic? A fraction of those were backed up from the cemetery all the way past the fire hall, right? So years ago, I had put on to our long-term planning projects list for roads, a request that we widen Lakeway. That request, I got an update on that and where that's at. It's still on our plan right now, and they're looking essentially for state funding on it or federal funding to see if they can get that before they can move forward. So probably a few years out, but something to stay abreast of. I think it's important. And then the other topic, or dog park, came up last time I was here. Keith and I have talked about it a couple times, and I've looked into that. So I've talked to staff in our zoning team, land use, as well as our building code for permits. They also said that there wasn't an issue and that up to 7 feet, we wouldn't even need a permit. The only remaining question at this point is the shoreline permitting team. And that will be the big one with how close it is to the shoreline and how close the fence would come to that. I've reached out to both the staff members in the county that are in that oversee that section several times now. I haven't heard anything back from them. I know they're crazy busy, but I also reached out to the planning department director as well, who just got back from vacation, so I'm hoping to get an answer from him once he gets caught up on his emails. And when I do, I will shoot those over to you. And then I will leave you with this. Sorry if there was confusion about the email I sent earlier. I didn't know that if I recalled the first one, because there was some weirdness formatting that happened after I sent it, that you'd see a recall. I thought when it popped up, I could recall it and then just send another one. So apologize for the recall, or I did intend to send it. I just
We like to read all the emails.
Yeah.
It's the more emails, the better.
I just wanted it to
not.
be readable. Sorry for the confusion. I didn't intend to send that.
I have a question for you real quick.
Sorry.
So about the sheriffs, if we are assigned somebody, is there some reason why the sheriff's department, how do we find out about that? I didn't know we had a name,
So it's basically this whole area. I can find out who the officer is, and kind of loosely with times. Those shift around a lot time-wise. And then based on seniority, they all bid for their schedules every year. And so
It changes.
whoever's bidding on it, it'll change every year. The last one that I know of for sure that I had actually personally talked to, I want to say it was 2 years ago, maybe 3, because time goes by so fast these days. Unfortunately, he was the officer that was shot out in Demi when the 2 officers approached the house, and so he was one of the ones that took the shotgun partially to the face and upper body. So my understanding is he's still on leave at this time. But, he's made before recovery, or he's working towards it, and so, but, things look good. So, I don't know who it is right now, I have seen the officer parked over there, so I assume.
I saw him
we have
pulling up
somebody.
today when I was coming through.
But Linda, I'll find
Yeah,
out. who
it
is.
would just be nice to know if we have someone that's basically assigned to our area. There used to be, and I don't know anymore, but there used to be a lot of times deputies lived out here in the valley.
We do have deputies that live in
See?
the valley. Actually, I know a specific deputy that lives next door to our journalist, our neighborhood journalist.
Yeah,
Valley
I-
Herald, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, it's just, so that, it'd just be nice to know, it's just another touch point and stuff. Just like I try to tell people that instead of dialing 911, you can report stuff to the sheriff's office and their like 411 number that's there, and to get that out to the community too, that if they see somebody suspicious or they think something, that they wanna know, that they can call in and report it at least, it's a reporting line.
The sheriff also has a website and a dedicated page and form for that, for submitting everything from, abandoned vehicles that shouldn't be around to any other infractions that would fall under.
Yep.
So people can go onto the site and just submit at their convenience for non-emergency as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you. Any additional homeowner comments tonight? No. All right, hearing none, we're gonna move on to item number 4, which is the consent agenda for approval of the meeting minutes for the September 25th, 2025 meeting on page 2. Right now,
Move to approve the minutes.
thank you, Jamie.
Second.
Thank you, Linda. Any questions or comments regarding the, okay, all in favor?
I'm gonna abstain, I wasn't here.
Okay, we have Rick. Abstain. Passes by majority.
Excuse me.
Yes, I'm kitchen.
Stu.
No hand yet. There it is.
Okay.
Chestnut. Thank you,
All right,
sir.
we just have Rick. Okay, moving on to item number 5, we have reports. So we'll start out with the GM report tonight for September, October. Michael?
Mr. President.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sheet for a moment.
They're borrowing back your sheet.
This I didn't memorize, but again, this is the September, October 2025 report. Main pool's closed for the season, as everybody knows. Lifeguards completed all their tasks. The climate pool is now closed as well. Marina office closed. As Timmy indicated, trunk or treat coming up, the holiday market booths, I think they're almost all filled.
They are filled now, according to Kyle today.
And Nicole and Kyle welcomed 4 new rec team members, and they said farewell to the seasonal lifeguards and the summer staff. Golf and turf care, Kevin reports September was a strong revenue growth month. Events with the men and ladies club championships, the fall wind-up, the 50th annual Bellingham Amateur and the Whatcom Seniors events, and then of course the winter series just began on October 4th. So there's membership promotions for 2026, folks. There's also discounts for early payments, so get on out there. Fall maintenance is in full swing. We're just waiting on Cool Runnings to begin their work on the turf building, which is the remodel. So that'll hopefully be coming up here. As several of the board members know, the parts of the Area Z bridge are in. The bridge itself, it's in 2 pieces, one roadway lane wide. That way they can get it on a semi-truck. They are both here. The question remains though whether the footings are going to require the watershed exemption. If they have to move more than we think they have to move to pour the footings, they may have to wait to go ahead and install that bridge in the spring. Mike Rock is hoping we can get it done before then because, as you recall, the heavy equipment has to go around. So, but it's a pretty cool looking bridge. Go
It is.
take a look at it. Yeah. Right now it's a bridge to nowhere. So we have 99.9% of the signage work done. I hope folks can see around here that a lot of the derelict and paint faded and cracking signs have all been replaced with a common logo. I think everything is a nice fresh look at the marina. AM PM Beach, and of course the entrance, the one that always got me was right up here. So we now are directing our compliance efforts toward the condos in El Agave, and because they have to paint and spruce up their signs as well. So we'll be working on those. Seasonal reflections, as everybody knows, autumn has settled in. And the leaves are falling. You'll see the golf course is still making it very playable though. So if you haven't gotten out on the golf course, get out there and do it. So, and I want to thank everybody, the residents, for all of your support of me and our team over the last year. And I'll have further announcements on my final dates and so forth and all that after the board and everybody get through their selection process. So, thank you, Mr. President.
Good, thank you.
Do I have a question for Michael? There's a thing here about, it says, there's the Lake Louise Dam Gate. There's challenges that persist. The reason I was gonna say that is in Timmy and my activities for the last couple of weeks, I came across some original stuff that's probably copies, but they're old from when I think they probably first installed that over the, I don't know if Mike's interested in it or I don't know who's heading up that project.
So Stremler will be the contractor and supervised by Tyler.
Okay.
And so the good news that we have right now, it is on the Finance Committee agenda for their recommendations next Wednesday, and then the board will have that. The good news is that the analysis is such that it's only the head wall and the sluice gate that need to be replaced. The conduit going underneath the street is in good shape. It was not undermined. That was going to be the very expensive fix. They would have had to dig up the entire road for that. So now you will have that. They're ready to proceed. We'll have that for the next board agenda for the board to approve the next portion for Stremler. And so I don't have it in front of me, Rick. I believe it's $35,000, $40,000. It's under the original estimate. Yeah. But if you have any of that previous, particularly any as-built of how they constructed that, that'd be great.
Okay.
We've been finding some interesting things.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff around. I gave some stuff to Daniel and it's just, you find this stuff and it's like, given how old that was, we've got, you know, some of the stuff that's down there actually is tagged with Sandwick still. So that's why I thought if it's interesting, I'll dig out. I especially put everything I found on the dam in one folder, so I'll try and go look it up next week and see if I can get it into you and you can get it to Tyler or Mike or who's ever handling that.
Give that damn folder to
Very good. Yeah. The only thing I would add is
Pick up that damn folder.
we're hoping the rain doesn't come down, you know, in a big way and raise the level too much of Lake Louise. We might have to add another $3,000 to $5,000 to that bid for de-watering because they have to be able to get in there and pour the concrete.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
I need this stuff.
Very good, moving on to committee updates, we'll start, or email or whatever, if you guys need to. Regarding architectural control, Daniel, you have anything?
Nothing new, we've got a new member and we're happy to have her aboard.
Share your light week. It's nice, right? ACC is very rarely light.
5 last time and this coming one is 87.
Excellent.
No new constructions, nothing. It'll be, actually our last meeting was 15 minutes, under 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, good, you guys need the break, man, this is nice.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, document review. Linda, do you have anything this week?
I have a meeting coming up next week. I have some stuff that needs to come to the board that we've been working on. And Timmy and I have been working, trying to get rid of what we don't keep and what we need to keep and moving stuff over into the lower clubhouse so that it starts to stay dry and doesn't get deteriorated anymore. I think we're to the point of where we'd like Mike Brock to take a look at bringing all of the file cabinets with all of the drawings over and decide where they're gonna put them all.
We've basically done everything in
Yeah.
that one Connex that we can do.
Yep.
Unless we wanna empty the file cabinets, but
Yeah.
if Mike can move them, it'd be nice to move the whole
Yeah,
cabinet instead of emptying it and then refilling it.
It's just that most of them, or half of them at least, are the fireproof ones, and they're like safes. They're huge, really heavy. Timmy and I found some of the drawers that have sticks put in them because they don't want them to close all the way because they can't get them open anymore. So that's maybe a discussion we all need to have regarding that.
It's looking pretty good in there now though.
Oh, does it look good in there?
Yeah, you guys have done a great job. Moving on to Finance Committee. Rick, do you have
We are
anything to
meeting
say?
next week.
Next meeting? Very good, thank you, sir. Long range planning, raise up.
We met last week, yeah, in his absence, he gave us a little blessing. We had some difficulties getting the meeting set up. We couldn't broadcast on Zoom because of technical difficulties, but so we held a conference call. But just real briefly, update you on the coffee shop. Things are moving ahead, nothing definitive yet, no lease signed, but we did get a report from a potential vendor who said he's encouraged. Parking stickers are continuing to roll out. I think we're over 1,000 now. Between 600 and 700 properties covered. The solar panel proposal, the PSC, the lease for the land, airport land, is being, actually it's being considered, and we're just waiting to hear back on details. The Area Y potential lease Ray usually gets an update from the commercial realtor every other week or so, and he hasn't heard anything recently, so that's about it.
Thank you very much, sir. N&E Committee, does anyone have anything for Rob? Rob is still not on Zoom?
No.
Okay.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, here it is.
I think I heard nominations and elections report, is that right?
Yeah.
There you go, Rob.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to share a couple things with everyone tonight. So Saturday, this coming Saturday of the 11th at 6:30 p.m. upstairs in the dance barn, there will be candidate forum number 2. And this is the same format as the earlier forum that we had, where there will be a number of questions that the N&E Committee has created and sent to the candidates, and that will be opportunity for members to hear their responses. There will be light refreshments available again for anybody that's in between dinner or they're coming home from work or something like that. And so that's that forum number 2. And then on October 26th, that's Sunday, October 26th at 3 o'clock, also in the dance barn, is a meet and greet. And that will be an opportunity for members to just spend some time talking to the candidates and asking questions of their own, and just getting a chance to talk with them and have that one-on-one communication. There will also be light refreshments provided there as well. Any questions about the forum and then the meet and greet at all?
So there'll be Zoom as well, Rob?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your question, sorry.
So those formats will be on Zoom as well?
Yes. Well, the meet and greet will not be on Zoom. The Saturday the 11th will be on Zoom. And then the other thing I wanted to share with everyone is I know that at least at my home, we did get our printed ballot material. And as I mentioned at I think the last meeting, I mentioned that we did receive our electronic e-ballot. So there was the choice of how to vote. So that all members should have those. If they don't, they should contact Unilect on their support number in terms of the paper ballots. E-ballots, they should verify that their information when they registered through the Sun Valley website, that their cell phone and email information was submitted correctly. So there's that. We will be picking up the first, when I say we, nominations and elections committee members and staff will be picking up the first paper ballots out of the ballot box at the clubhouse. So that'll be our first pickup. We'll be bringing those over and securing them. And the other is that there was a question that came up around when members' date of record, the date of record of when they are a official member of Sudden Valley Homeowners Association. And that determines who is the official person who could vote for that property. And under state law, the Washington state law provides that unless the HOA board sets the date of record or their bylaws provide it, then the date of record is the day 24 hours prior to the mailing of the ballots. So in our case, being that our bylaws do not provide it and our board hasn't specified a date, which I don't think they necessarily would have to, the date of record would be for the U.S. mailings. Date of record is September 22nd, and for the the 23rd. For U.S. residents, it is September 23rd. For people out of the U.S., it would be September 21st. And it gets a little, I don't want to try to make it too confusing, but how it would work out is if somebody sold their home and somebody purchased it, and it was a new member, and they're like, hey, I want to be able to know how to vote. The date of record for when they became a member would be anytime after the 21st or the 23rd. Does that make sense? It gets a little complicated, but I just wanted to bring it up.
Gee, thanks.
Can I add something, Keith?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I know, Rob, you're probably not thinking of this. I went in and saw staff the other day. Pretty soon, the county ballot box is gonna be open in gate 1 because the county is gonna be having their own election. Please do not put your blue envelopes in that white box. Either mail them in or put them in the ballot box here within the valley up in the clubhouse. It's just sometimes that happens, people just, in fact, sometimes they put the white envelopes in our box, but it's just, there's supposed to be a sign, and I noticed that the sign that had been there in prior years came down, and I asked Morgan if between she and Max, they would see that a nice new sign got put there. Cause we got
people from putting them in the ballot box, yeah.
Yeah, because we just got our voting information from the county. I got mine in the mail today.
Oh, gate 1. Gate
Yeah,
1.
good. That's a good reminder. Thanks for bringing that up, Linda.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a new sign there too, so everybody keep an eye out, because I hope it's there and plain for everyone to see.
Excellent.
Yeah. But that's all I had, unless anybody has any questions for me.
Thank you, Rob, appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Safety Committee. Rick.
So, we are meeting next week.
That's good.
Gonna be busy next week.
Yes, we are.
All right, very good. So we go to continuing business, we have none tonight. New business, we have none. So I'd like to get a motion to move into executive session.
So,
All right. Second,
Who said it?
Rick.
That's all right, thank you, Rick. And Linda?
yep.